Ocio! Ocio! I wanted to do a little commentary and share some things with you. And right now I am having a little bit of technical difficulties here. There we go. We got it. We got it. Oh, yes, we do. All right. Now, want to get something going here, and just give me 1 second here. Okay. Sorry about that. Now, first, let me just say, Ocio, good morning, America. Okay, there we go. We got it. Had to get that out there. All right. Now, if there is any pauses or, buffering, please ask in advance for, to bear with me. It's the internet and plus Wi-Fi trouble sometimes, around here. So, but anyway, I have an audio that I want to share with you. Now, in the description, there is a link to the channel What Lurks Beneath. This is where this comes from. And I wanted to share something with you to see what you think about it. Now, some of you may have already heard this one. I do not know. And if not, I'm sure there's many, that haven't heard this. And then others may have. Okay, and so the thing is, I just wanted to share this with you. And I want to pull this up, and I will pause from time to time to do a little commentary. Get a chance to, for you to think. And if you got any questions, please be sure. Now, since this is live right now, if you pop in, leave your comments, your thoughts in the chat. If not, well, then if you catch this much later, put your comments down below. All right. What is your thoughts on this? It has to do with someone that was ex-military. Actually, a little bit more than that, but well, I'll let you hear it from the horse's mouth. Now, this is basically an email that was sent to What Lurks Beneath. That is the channel name, What Lurks Beneath. Check them out. There's a link there. And sometimes you got to, please excuse me, because sometimes I'll get to rambling and then I forget where I started from in the, All right. But anyway, just check out their channel, show them some love there, and check out what kind of stories they got there. It's interesting. Now, it is up to you in the long run, like it is on anything, whether you believe it or not. Think about, like, this is War Horses, believe it or not. You heard of Ripley's Believe It or Not. Never mind. Okay. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up so you can listen. And we're going to see just what is what. Now, I haven't heard all of this on this audio. The first event I did hear. The other I haven't. But, hey, let's talk about it. Let's listen and see what's what. All right? So, here we go.
This to you as an ex-government employee, and technically my government agency worked far more with the military, so I guess you can consider me ex-military. And I wanted to warn you about the many things going on that most civilians have no idea. I'm not talking about biological conspiracies like viruses and the such, although we've dabbled in that as well. But what I'm specifically talking about is the extensive creation and use of bioweaponry. I've been watching your YouTube channel for quite some time, and I could see that you've hit the nail on the head several times in relation to biological weapons and what these creatures really are. Well, I'm here to tell you that the lab I worked at, which I'm not going to exactly reveal since my life is dependent on it, but I'm here to tell you there is a huge cover-up going on to withhold this information from the public. Now, before I get into specifics, I would like to state why. Now, I'm not exactly told, but if you think about it, if this information were to get out, can you imagine the mass panic it would cause? Not to mention complete and total distrust in any government body. No, we can't have that. And besides, most civilians are stupid and will believe anything they are spoon-fed on the media. They are told what to think, how to feel, what to react to. Their entire belief system, from the ground up, from the day they are born, we help shape through what they show, see, and experience all around them in this matrix of the world.
Now, what you're about to hear, think of this as something that you're probably pretty much familiar with. And I will say this, if this is true, it does have a ring of truth to it, but, hey. But the thing is, it would explain a lot of things that we already know about, such as your dogmen. And I'm not saying in every case, I know it's not in every case, but on some certain Bigfoot sightings, and such, and other creatures. So you gotta listen to this. And plus, if I find it, I will share another story with you if I have time. If not, I will wait till next time. And I want to apologize right off. It's been a while since I've last uploaded, so been busy and everything and what have you. And when I get off of here, I got a lot of things to do today. So, all right, here we go. Let's get this show back on the road.
Before I get into more of the biological weaponry side, know this, that the military and the government, several different agencies, by the way, all work on biological weaponry. Everything from viruses to diseases, to more physical and practical uses. I'm talking about the need of super soldiers, physical and not. And before you ask, yes, many of us have dabbled into the occult to try and muster up supernatural beings in order to control. We've also gone as far as to work on human hybrids of any kind.
Now, let me just add this too, all right? Now, and while they're, are introducing this subject, also think about it like this. See, the government, not only do they do many secret things, right? Well, on the subject of UFOs, or now as they put it, UAPs, they don't, they give it and just now coming out with some things, but they're not going to tell you everything. Like, they know what those UFO things are, and they're not going to tell you everything. So, it would explain a whole lot of things, if you get to thinking. Once you get to hearing this, this gets your mind to thinking, looking back on all the events that's been reported or the lack thereof, right? So, yeah.
Human canine, human ape, anything you could think of. And horrifyingly, we've been successful at what we've done. The specific agency I worked for myself in helping craft these weapons, if you want to call them that, was what you civilians refer to as shadow government. We have, in the past, have worked with the CIA, the DEA, and several other well-known agencies of the government. But more importantly, we were contracted to do some of the most heinous, disturbing, and advanced bioweaponry. Also keep in mind, we were not the only branch doing this, just one of the many out there. One of the biggest things you've touched upon on your YouTube channel, that I'm sure many are aware of, is what you refer to as Dogmen. I cannot sit here and claim that we've created this species, but what I can tell you is that our agency has several similar kinds of soldiers currently in the works of being created and are already in the alpha testing phase, or at least they were before I was kindly let go.
Now, you've heard about the we all have, at one time or another, we have heard of the government doing experiments on different things. Now, if you think back on all the diseases and different things, where it's not just our government, we're talking about all governments around the world, especially your play in China, Russia, Yeah. So think about all this stuff. I mean, everything that you have ever heard or remember, all the reports or maybe personal investigations yourself have done, knowing these certain events and things that have taken place. All this that you hear here, it does tend to make a lot of sense. So think of this as some kind of more of a in-depth look somewhat into what's been going around, like those things that especially you around it, all right, up in the Ozarks, up in the Smoky Mountains, the Appalachians and such. Yeah, this here kind of gives you a good explanation on some things that you've either heard or seen or caught glimpses of. And so, yeah, so when you're out in the woods, heads up, watch your six. Watch your six, all right? Let's go on here and look into it more.
Generally, one of the first few tests we put our soldiers through to see if they are sufficient in killing is putting them out in the open field and seeing just what kind of carnage they could do. Sometimes we'll even go as far as releasing multiple at a time to create a pack and to even see if they can breed, which in the past has proven successful. There are many operations that have operated this way, and we continue to monitor the test subjects' progress as time goes on and how efficient they are at killing, strategizing, and overall survival. I'm going to tell you outright that a portion of all missing persons cases has something to do with our experiments. I can even tell you right now that we were working on a specific testing phase for several test subjects right around Taylor, Mississippi.
Just think, that's, yeah, a lot of those missing cases. Not everyone. They didn't know. Not every missing person's case, but think about all those people that have come up missing out in the woods. Some can be explained. And then the others, yet to this day, even though been many, many, many years have went by, no one knows whatever happened to them. So, yeah. Think about it.
Up into Kentucky, all the way up through Ohio and Pennsylvania, conveniently all along the Appalachian Mountains. Listening this far, you're probably wondering why I'm still not exactly giving you every single detail and I am being somewhat vague. Well, that's simply because my name is everywhere in my agency, and if I give away too much information, well, I would easily be able to be tracked. Make of it what you will, make fun of me if you must, but I figured sharing this information with you, there shouldn't be an issue because no one's going to look here. Besides, most who listen to this will probably believe it to be bad fiction written by a novice. But if you do choose to believe, which I strongly advise you do, I want to warn you now, outright, that you should never go into the woods or any place that is heavily forested unarmed. Because, as I said, there's not just our test subjects out there. There is a continuous biological operation to further implement, test, and strengthen these weapons for the time when they are properly needed. That is to be yet determined. I know all of this might come off as crazy, but it's the truth. I've seen it with my very own eyes, and I've been working in it for years now. We've been doing this for a long time. Actually, to my knowledge, since the 1950s. And believe me, we are not the only ones. There are many other countries out there doing the same thing, notably China, Russia, Pakistan, Brazil, Venezuela, among a handful of others you probably had no idea. I'm talking heinous, horrible human experiments that does not ever reach the eyes or ears of the public. As a matter of fact, one of the divisions I worked for specifically back in 2016 was responsible of the creation of a brand new type of bioweaponry. While we were working with human hybrids of sorts, we were working on genetics, combining the best qualities of both humans and animals to create as I've stated before, a super soldier of types. This far supersedes just simply mixing an animal with a human. Say, for example, like your Dogman or what other beings you've described in your previous episodes. I'm not even going to tell you the exact project code that we gave it, but I will say the word Invictus was in it. We were tasked with creating the perfect soldier. Again, I moved out of that project early 2017 when the experiment was still in its alpha stages. I have no idea what its further use will be. I have no idea what the future end of that project is, but by God, if civilians knew what was really going on, they would be completely terrified. I can tell you this, that if these beings ever see the light of day, they are strong, fast, completely irrational, violent, and are fully sentient and conscious. I wanted to try and wrap this up and extend it out into another email. I wanted to tell you about Project Purple. Now, Project Purple was a...
Now, Project Purple is not about Barney the dinosaur, okay? Just wanted to say that, all right? All right, now, let me just add again. Now, you can either believe or not believe, you can leave your comments, share your thoughts on this. Looking at the time, when this story is finished, now, there's more to this. I would recommend, you go to What Lurks Beneath and check out his channel there, and you can find the rest of this here right on his channel, or you can wait till next time and I will try to finish this up. Oh, excuse me. So let's get on with this because time's a ticking. Time is precious. Yeah, okay.
Bioweapon program that was scrapped back in 2013, but was heavily worked on from 2011 until then. We very heavily utilized human DNA and splicing it with large cat DNA to create the perfect soldier with extraordinary capabilities at nocturnal hunting. Unfortunately, we ultimately made the decision to scrap it as the test subjects became far too advanced, too unstable, and incredibly violent. To say we had a few casualties is an understatement.
Anytime you go messing around with DNA and stuff like this and experimenting, you're always going to have problems. That's a fact. That's the facts, Jack. All right? Yeah. And yeah, and it's, speaking of experiments, next time when I come up, if I do not forget, you must remind me, I will talk about mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. Yeah. Um, since we're on the subject of disturbing facts and stories, mosquitoes and dogmen, insects, biological agents, you name it, right? Yeah.
I was there when we ran multiple tests. I saw them dispose of people without any regard of anything. They were like animals, pure instinctual and brutal, but also very intelligent. They could strategize. We could not control them. And many of them have been released into the Ozarks and the Smoky Mountain area. And to my recollection, we were, at the time, recently, still actively monitoring them. Why do you think when one is killed, our agents are dispatched to the scene almost immediately? Yes, we can view their vitals in real time and almost have a sort of direct link with the weapon. It's a shame that we had to scrap it because I think had our budget extend a little farther, we could have really pushed the program into something more to create the perfect soldier. I know that throughout this entire email, that's all I've been mentioning, but I want to tell you that we work on a variety of what we would call quote-unquote perfect soldier. We aim for some that can be used in all different terrains, battlefields, different missions, as well as other top secret tasks. If you do decide to read this to your audience, they can feel free to comment and ask anything they'd like, as well as you. I can't promise I'll get back to you in a timely manner, but I'll do the best I can. And for the time being, you could call me Jane. I guess I should also conclude as to why I'm doing this. What's my incentive? I guess whistleblowing, so to speak, is kind of a weight off my chest. I've seen things that no human eyes should ever see. Very dark, disturbing things. That's all for now, even if you only just read this.
All right, now there's more to this, all right? And either I will try to finish this one up on the next live when I get the opportunity to post another live here, or you can go to What Lurks Beneath channel and check it out there. And but I would like to know what your thoughts is on this, because I mean this is really interesting. I mean, we have a lot of unknowns. We have things that we do know about. Then there's the part of the unknown. So I mean, what is your thoughts on all this? I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there, guys. And I want to ask you, hey, please hit that like button and subscribe. Now, I'm going to cover anything from the unknown, Bigfoots and aliens and UFOs and dogmen and what have you in the news and other things. So, yeah, be sure to, come on in and anytime you see me go live, if you want to, and you can come on the panel, we can discuss this. And I know this being Saturday, everyone's busy and other people's got live streams going on, got other projects around the house and stuff. I have things I got to do and groan and moan and with my aches and pains. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, but hey, I want you to feel free to comment, and share your stories, your thoughts, hey, want to hear. You can agree or disagree, just comment, but hey, keep it civil, okay? And so I want to hear from you. And like I say, I would appreciate if you would share this out, comment, like, and subscribe. And we can see what other things we can get into. All right. And if you got any suggestions on if you got any um, interesting subjects you think that would be interesting to cover, please feel free to comment down below. There wasn't no one popped into the chat because everybody is busy today, obviously. So I want to say thank you for watching Wado, and I hope that you will watch your six. If you're going out in the woods, definitely be careful. Especially those of you who might be going out hunting, be very careful out there. You never know what you're going to run into. So you take care. I love you all. Be blessed. And I just want to say it's been a pleasure. A pleasure. So you take care, and I will catch you another day. And I will be out of here and getting busy with things. Until next time, later. Wado and aho!